2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA.
Kevin, thank you.
Indeed. Something special, David. Thanks. And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
Short a rotation player, nothing they can't overcome. But it does shrink your margin for error just a bit.
The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the center position. And for Dallas, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 slot. Hits it from three-point range. Tonight, Greg, two teams with a lot of history that know each other very, very well.
And sometimes familiarity breeds contempt.
Yeah.
And that goes for the players, coaches, and fans. This one might get heated.
I'm sure you felt that way many times when you play.
Almost every time I took the floor.
Good.
You literally want to dislike your opponent.
Count it.
Really good job by Covington to get good position and finish.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. It's a 3-point game. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Outside, Porzingis shoots over Nurkic. Porzingis can't hit.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Powell, that's good.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Well, Norman Powell these last several seasons has turned himself into a knockdown shooter. And obviously last season much more involved on the offensive end. And that, to me, was his best performance to date.
And with Powell, they rely on his shooting to open things up for everyone else.
Yeah, and for Norman Powell, he knows what he's about and welcomes that role. This is a guy who understands how to relocate in the midst of plays to create separation from defenders. He's always ready in catch-and-shoot situations.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And Doncic gets it to go.
Well, this speaks to the feel that Kristaps Porzingis has for the game of basketball. If you're open, he'll find you.
And a deep 3 from Lillard. Covington finds McCollum. From outside, off the mark.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
You know, at 7'3", yes, he can dunk. But with that athleticism and his sense for the dramatic and his flair, look out, folks. He can be special.
Now here's Lillard. Hits the 3-point bomb. Lillard's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Trailblazers.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Back to Lillard from outside the arc. The shot, no good. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. Doncic outside. Second chance shot. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
Guys, how about that body control from Porzingis? You think it's easy at 7'3" to gut your way through that kind of contact? That's nice.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Powell, he's checked in for Maxi Kleba. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. J.J. Redick's checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic.
You know, that's one thing Melo has always been able to do. Use his strength to overpower you and get the advantage.
1:32 left to play in the first quarter. Anthony with the block, and he's able to get it back. It's Powell on the wing. And the dunk by Powell.
If Powell's on the court, he's a threat to dunk it. Incredible athleticism.
And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. Trailing by 2. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Here's Porzingis in the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Simons surveying the D. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Well, exposing a weakness in the defense, that's just way too easy, guys.
Now here's Brunson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Out to Hardaway. Good. Nice job down low.
Boy, this guy just finds ways to score. Tim Hardaway Jr. able to finish with contact.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Simons the pass to Cantor. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Lays it up and banks it in.
And offensively right now, each team getting what it wants.
Yeah, this is already a high-scoring game, but we knew that was a possibility coming into this one.
Brunson the pass to Porzingis. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
In a pick-and-roll game, the length and athleticism of Kristaps Porzingis is going to be a big-time problem.
A big-time effort for Porzingis, providing a lot of energy for the Dallas Mavericks. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
They've got Dwight Powell. Trey Burke is out there with J.J. Redick. Then there's Hardaway. And it's Cauley Stein in at the 5, patrolling the paint. So that's who Dallas starts the second with.
What you love about Enes Kanter to me is every night he's capable of a double-double. He's an efficient low-post scorer and a determined rebounder. This guy can play now. Let's make no mistake.
Now here's Hardaway. Here's Burke. And the wing jumper offline. Jones against Powell. Here's Simon. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to go on Trey Burke. Greg, you really began to emerge and got on the national scene at UNLV, but you started your college career at Portland, where you were actually named the Conference Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, how about I actually averaged more points in Portland than any season I played at Vegas. Totally different roles, but Portland's always going to have a sweet spot in my heart. My first child was born in the great city of Portland.
Now here's Burke. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. It's Anthony with the drive. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Yeah, that's what you can do when you've got a great handle. Anthony is always able to put it on the deck and get to the rim.
Here's the lob to the hoop, and Cauley Stein throws it down.
You just throw it up there. Trill Will's going to take care of the rest.
Lillard from outside. They get the rebound. Kanter tries again, and he sinks the layup. Kanter's got 6.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Now here's Burke. Defense is right there. Cauley Stein finds Hardaway. Six to shoot. Pass to Burke. It's up a 3. And Kanter pulls it down. Kanter's got 4 rebounds in this game. Burke grabs the miss.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
And the call. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
The shot's good. He's got 8.
And he can score from all over the court. But Lillard at his best from mid-range. He deserves extra special attention from the defense in that in-between area. But sometimes, even then, that's not enough.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Covington dishes to Nurkic. Mavericks with the rebound. Richardson left side. 1:36 left in the first half. Banked in off the glass.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Portland leading. Here's Lillard. He's got 11. And good that time.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
Doncic with it. Buries it down low. Doncic has got 12 in the game.
There's a savviness innate to Luka Doncic. He has played this game for such a long time. Pick and roll, yeah, that's in my bag.
Now, here's Lillard. 13 points in the game. No good on the triple.
He has that confidence rolling, hitting 2 threes in the first, but he hasn't had one since.
Richardson, good. There's 39 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Now Lillard. Covington trying to break free. Lillard misses. The Mavericks leading. High post, Cauley Stein. Out to Hardaway. Here's the 3. Powell pulls it in. For Portland, they've gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second. 5 of 10. And Lillard gets it to go.
And this is peak Dame. Rising, firing, one of the more confident shooters we have in our game.
Richardson outside. Nurkic with the steal. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trail Blazers. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K. The first quarter for the Trail Blazers was fairly even. The largest lead they had was 6 in the opening. And that does it for our...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close to the game it's been so far. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half. Got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the floor for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3. And he makes that one.
Yeah, quick thinking wins Dame assists. Finds the open man and the ball instantly there for the finish.
Here's Doncic. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And, boy, that's a terrific start right there.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Here's Doncic. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And Doncic was part of a draft day trade that so far seems to have worked out pretty well for both teams.
That's exactly right. Doncic, Greg, was selected by Atlanta with the 3rd pick. He was then quickly shipped to Dallas for the 5th overall pick, which turned into Trae Young, plus a future pick. Neither of these young men wasted any time putting their stamp on the NBA. I do think their futures will always be discussed in connection with the other.
And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Trey Burks checked in for Doncic. Jones checked in for Portland. Here's Brunson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And that one is hammered home. This game has a lot of character here in the 3rd period. 6 changes of the lead here.
Intensity is the theme for this one.
Now here's Lillard. 17 points in the game. The shot's good from Cantor.
Well, this guy is a skilled scorer from that area. Once Enes Kanter gets a little bit of position, he's good.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. It's a 1-point game. Always going up for the alley-oop here. And Kleba slams it in.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
Simons, the pass to Jones. And stolen by Burke. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession. Dallas making a switch here. Powell's checked in. Andre Hollis-Jefferson, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. McCollum comes in for Lillard. Out to Anthony. Simons, the pass to Anthony. The 3 from McCollum. Redick with the rebound.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Doubled by McCollum. Pass to Redick. Now the dish to Burke. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Powell. Portland grabs the miss. The pass to Hollis-Jefferson. Porzingis with the rebound. Mavericks have gone 3 of 4 so far in the 3rd quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Burke looking over the floor. And Anthony sends it back.
Oh, Melo just reading the play the right way, putting the extra effort to come up with such a nice block.
A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
Now here's Brunson. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instinct. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and the swing position, those are 2 guys that still are very reliable.
Here's Simons following the score by Dallas. A 3 from McCollum. Powell pulls it in.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Now here's Hardaway. Richardson outside. He lobs it up. The shot by Powell, no good.
And the timing just not there on that attempted alley-oop.
just a missed connection, and it happens. I'm sure they will go back to it if given the opportunity.
And when you think of McCollum, the word efficient comes to mind. This guy just shoots the ball and plays the game at a high level.
The first free throw is good. A different look for Dallas. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Dwight Powell. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Hollis Jefferson. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Powell in for Anthony Simons. Back to Richardson. And here's Doncic. He gets that one. Doncic has got 18 points.
Luka Doncic is in distinguished company because his game is so far advanced for his age.
And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game so far. Mavericks ahead, up by 3. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Mavericks leading by 3. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
This guy moves so well with the ball in his hands, and Doncic knows how to initiate contact and get himself to the line when he puts it on the deck.
And he sinks the second.
And even with one miss, he's still able to stretch that to a 2-possession game. That is huge for them right now.
Doncic against Lillard. It's rebounded by Doncic. Dallas shooting impressively throughout at 62%. Here's Porzingis, and he banks in the layup. Porzingis has got the lead up to 6 now for Dallas.
Well, you want some unselfishness from a guy who's capable of scoring, and Tim Hardaway says, you know what, my teammate's open, I'm going to get him the ball.
Covington.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Free throw drops for Covington.
What a terrific story Robert Covington is. Gets undrafted out of college, goes to the G League and becomes an MVP, and now one of the very best defenders in the NBA. Truly an incredible journey.
To the middle. Here's Porzingis. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Here's Powell. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
Well, you don't want to see Norman Powell settling for outside looks. Love when he goes to work down deep.
Doncic against Powell. A second chance effort. Up again. It's good on the putback. And the Mavericks lead by 4.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. That's a 2 from Lillard, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Lillard's got 19 points.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
J.J. Redick's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Enes Kanter comes in for Yusuf Nurkic. And Carmelo Anthony is subbed in for Robert Covington. Lillard against Doncic. And that one's good. Lillard.
And once they roll the ball out there, Lillard turned on the switch. He is doing it all tonight.
Now, here's Doncic. That's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
A floater. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down to 2 points now on the basket from Lillard.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Josh Richardson's checked in for the Mavericks. Trailblazers have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Lillard with the bucket.
There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
No doubt, keeping it very close. They're going to have to step up even more to get over the hump here.
Doncic against Powell. The Trailblazers have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. And then Lillard slams it in.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
The drive by Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
Luka Doncic loves the big moment, and he delivers.
Lillard scanning the floor. It's Powell on the wing. Back to Lillard. And the shot goes in.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
This is a player who understands when the game is hanging in the balance. He knows it's winning time.
That one good for 2.
Oh, you love the aggressiveness and the swagger that Porzingis has to take that shot. Such a clutch play from the Latvian.
Lillard outside. Good work there as it goes.
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
And Doncic, here we go. Count it.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Got it!
And the swag Nurkic plays with, it's infectious. He doesn't back down from taking a big shot.
Here's Doncic. Here's Kleba. It's good. And tie game. That is a huge basket right there. And that bucket ignites the crowd.
And the emotions of these fans right now boiling over after that shot.
Doncic against Lillard. Good!
And they do have a foul to give.
Dallas with the ball.
Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
I'll tell you, they'd better come up with some points on every possession from now on.
And it's Doncic missing. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for...
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments. Short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
They're missing a quality player. Injuries a big part of the game. They've just got to make the adjustments.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward position. And for Los Angeles, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Morris in at the small forward. Pass to Kleba. Here's Finney-Smith. Off target from outside.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney-Smith is tough, and Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year. More efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls. And I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney-Smith is a guy you can win with.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They, right now, are searching for a bucket.
Here's Doncic, and the dunk by Doncic.
Doncic showing you his smarts there because he really sized up the situation and took advantage of what the defense gave him.
And here's Beverley. Outside Leonard. Kleba with the rebound.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Here's Doncic. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Stolen by Beverly.
And great job preventing that ball from coming into the post. Might have been an easy two if the defense wasn't there.
And George is very good in how he leaks out in transition, times it perfectly, and really creates high percentage shots for himself as a result.
Here's Doncic. The Clippers getting the bucket. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Boy, Doncic plays with such an edge and attitude, and I think it endears him to his teammates and gives them confidence.
Zubac's the pass to Morris. Down low, here's George. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. George has got his second basket. Doncic against Beverly. A putback.
Boy, Doncic, with his size and ball skills and vision, is a master, a maestro in the pick and roll. He can make just about any pass necessary out of the pick and roll set.
Pass to Zubac. He kicks it to George. Zubac with it. 6 on the shot clock. Batum got a piece of it, and he recovers it. Takes a 3. And Marcus Morris good for 3.
And a guy with more of a mid-range game, Morris can still jack it up from deep if you give him enough space and time.
Now, here's Doncic. Here's Porzingis. Batum grabs the miss. And George, here we go. Doncic with the block.
Yeah, the defense of Doncic looking a lot better. I mean, when he works hard at that end of the floor, he can get up and block some shots, too. Not a lot of them, but he can block a few.
They get it back. Here is Zubac. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Batum. Luke Kennard comes in for Morris. Reggie Jackson's checked in for George. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Patrick Beverly.
Just throw it up there. Trill Will's going to take care of the rest.
1:12 left here in the first quarter. Jackson has the open look, and the Clippers miss again.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
2 points, that one goes.
How about that? Redick showing the same kind of accuracy on that pass as he has on his three-point shots, which is quite remarkable. That's how you drop a dime, though.
Now, here's Kennard. Inside, Powell with the steal. To the paint. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop.
Unless you're the team getting punched on. That would be the difference.
Deflects the pass. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock.
You know, Hardaway Jr. is definitely a shoot-first kind of player, and I like the fact that he plays to that strength of his.
Now Rondo. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Looking to end the run. For the finish. And that does it for the first quarter. Mavericks lead by 5. And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed what it's...
This game, it's...
You know this, it takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Dallas.
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the floor for Dallas, they've got Cauley Stein. Powell is out there with J.J. Redick. Then there's Trey Burke, and it's Brunson in at the one. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down to just 6 points on the bucket from Rajon Rondo.
And Clark, although he's not the force he once was on the floor, Rajon Rondo still can give you strong minutes in bursts.
Greg, I tell you what, I love watching this guy work. I know his double-digit assist days are long in his rearview mirror, but this dude still knows how to run a team, and he is ideal for leading your second unit because he's an orchestrator, a facilitator, a playmaker, and guys love playing with him. You can just feel how guys enjoy playing with Rondo running the show. Rondo's highest priority is to get his teammates open shots every trip. I mean, that's what makes him go and endears him to his teammates.
Now, here's Burke. No points in the game yet for him. There's the feed to Powell. It's good, the assist that time from Burke. Powell's got the lead, back up to 8 now for the Mavs.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Here's Kennard. Again, Los Angeles.
Check out the vision from Jackson. He doesn't have to make the flashy play, just wants to make the right play.
Now here's Brunson. And Redick kicks to Burke. To the inside, Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
Yeah, and I think Powell is terrific in the pick and roll, knows how to dive after he sets the screen.
Outside Jackson. Here's Oturu, covered by Redick.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stop.
And, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers.
Doncic doing a nice job showing you some sneaky explosion and athleticism on that throwdown.
George looking over the floor. That shot off. Nice D from Doncic. Here's Finney-Smith, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And where Finney-Smith really made strides last season, his consistency from range.
And Greg, it was really his defense, the work ethic he brings, the effort level. I mean, that's always been there. I watched this kid play in college, and that's always been part of his package. But as an NBA wing, you've got to be able to knock down shots and help space the floor if you want to find your way into the lineup. And to Finney-Smith's credit, he's done that and has become a valuable part of the rotation. And then Leonard enjoys jamming it home. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible. And 1:01 left in the first half. Doncic passes to Porzingis.
Beverly with the ball. He's picked up by Doncic. Here's Leonard. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. And the Mavericks making a change here. Richardson's checked in. Here's Leonard, and it's blocked, and he keeps control of the ball. There's 38 seconds left here in the second. Doncic against Leonard, and that one's good. Doncic has got the lead up to 12 now for the Mavs. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Back to George. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Luka Doncic.
Well, you have to be really on your toes when you're defending Paul George. He's excellent when it comes to using the pump fake to draw fouls, making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe, he's going to cash in more than not.
Leonard against Doncic. Here's Kleba. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Kleba's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Boy, what a brilliant find by Doncic.
The deep three from George. And that would have counted, but his shot was... Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. The deepest hole they got themselves into in the opening. And that does it for our half.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Patrick Beverly. And it's George in at the 2 spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Just 2 to shoot. Porzingis can't hit. Clippers trail by 12. Leonard with the ball. And it's Richardson picking him up. George passes to Leonard. Porzingis with the block.
You know, when Porzingis combines quickness with his reach, getting off the floor like that, he can block just about any shot.
And Doncic throws it down.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
You and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know
but,
it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in the team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Dallas also making some changes. Redick comes in for Maxi Kleber, and Trey Burke subbed in for Doncic. Stolen by Jackson. Here's Kennard. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist. Kennard's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Clippers. Here's Burke. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
That's a nice play there. Not going to miss many from there.
And it's Rondo with the ball for Los Angeles. Jackson kicks to Rondo. Here's Oturu. Off target at the rim. And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
Kennard's shot is off. Dallas leading by 12. Richardson finds Redick. Richardson attacking. So it's Richardson with the jam.
Well, I like the mindset of Richardson here, not settling for the jump shot.
The Clippers have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Rondo passes to Cousins. Passes to Kennard. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Boy, a very capable passer. DeMarcus Cousins does a solid job recognizing where to go with the ball.
Richardson outside. Redick bounce pass. Porzingis kicks to Richardson. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Well, you got to love when Richardson gets the defense to commit and make a mistake there.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. And the first one at the line is good. Both teams will make substitutions. And Richardson drops them both. 1:27 left in the third. Now here's Jackson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring hit from him. Morris passes to Kennard. Tries it from 9. 4 on the clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Off target from three-point range. Mavericks leading by 14. Here's Finney Smith. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dallas. George dishes to Leonard. Now the pass to Zubac. Out of bounds. Dallas will take possession.
Well, I think that pass caught him off guard, but he showed us board hands, too.
Dallas with the ball. A big stretch here going 10-2. Hardaway up top to the middle. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Hardaway.
Not sure what he was thinking about with that pass. Just sailed it right out of bounds.
Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for the Mavericks. Luka Doncic comes in for Jalen Brunson. Outside Leonard. There's the pass to Morris. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Back to Doncic. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
You know, they came out of the locker room, revved up the gas pedal, and haven't slowed down yet.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And as we head into the 4th, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. Doncic with the bucket. Doncic has got the first field goal of the 4th quarter here for Dallas. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for Dallas.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
Yeah, but also they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Up top, Zubac.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Doncic against Beverly. Pass to Finney-Smith. Down low. Kleba, no good.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
Doncic looking it over. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Porzingis kicks to Richardson. Here's Doncic, and it's sent back by Leonard.
And just a big-time shot-blocking threat. Leonard's instincts on defense are just mind-boggling. Knows when to go after the blocks.
So for the Clippers, Mann's checked in. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for the Mavericks. Los Angeles calls timeout. Greg, as a point guard, you must have had so much fun being surrounded by so much terrific talent at UNLV.
You know, Larry Johnson, Stacey Augmon, I mean, I could go on. And you're right, I was blessed to play alongside these guys. They were incredible talents, finishers. And, you know, you don't always appreciate it going through that moment. But the fact that we're all still close and stay in contact, man, what an awesome experience to be a part of that team.
Chemistry must have been off the charts on that team.
It was, and we had a lot of personalities, man. It was a different era back then. But I tell you, again, I wouldn't trade that experience for anything.
Porzingis with the block. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Doncic with it. Guarded now by Jackson. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And, guys, they know he's going to finish off the lob in style. Porzingis and his teammates connecting on target.
Pass to Leonard. He dishes it to Cousins. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Porzingis has got the ball. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
That free throw good from Porzingis.
And known as a tremendous shooter for his size, Porzingis wasn't quite as accurate last season, which surprised some people.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, some people would automatically assume that because Doncic attracts so much attention that Porzingis would get more wide open looks. But you got to remember, Porzingis missed a full season and was coming off an injury and needed to reacclimate himself to NBA gameplay. So that takes usually a season plus another season before you're all the way back.
Outside, George. Dishes to Leonard. A shot's good on the assist by George.
Leonard has really become so good at catching and firing. I mean, he doesn't allow the defense any time to alter his shot.
Doncic against Jackson. Back to Doncic. Right side, Porzingis. Out to Hardaway. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Kleba with the bucket.
Well, you know, guys, we know Hardaway can score, but when he makes these passes, it makes him a lot more dangerous.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Mavericks.
Tonight, they did a great job of getting everyone involved. They had the good passing, and that led to some open shots.
Solid play, definitely, Kevin.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Luka Doncic.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Mavericks making a switch here. Marjanovic checked in for Porzingis. Nicolo Melli comes in for Maxi Kleber. Trey Burks checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Hardaway. Los Angeles calls timeout. They trail by 21. 1:02 left to play here in the fourth. And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Luka Doncic.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
That's good from George.
And, you know, the versatile George does so many things well. A high-octane player who I think gives you intensity at both ends of the court.
There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Doncic outside. Pass to Marjanovic. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what, and they got it done.
Leonard inside. Burke covering. Wide open look here for Zubac. And the Clippers miss again. Here's Brunson. It's off. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For We bring you tonight into... And with
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. They've got Paul George. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Beverly in at the 1. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Hollis Jefferson, and it's Powell in at the 3.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Stolen by Zubac. Here's Leonard, and that one drops.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
Lillard looking around. It's hauled in by Paul George.
Nothing less than that kind of defense will cut it against him. That's just great work inside.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Lillard outside. Inside. And McCollum the bucket on the assist by Lillard.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Now here's Leonard. Here's Zubac. Great D that time from Nurkic. And here comes the break. Here's McCollum. Morris with the rebound. It's picked off. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Lillard from outside, and it's the Clippers with the rebound.
And the cold start gets a little colder. Just 1 for 4 to start the game.
And there's only ever going to be one result when Kawhi's driving to the bucket, and it's going to be loud, and it's going to be painful.
Now here's McCollum. Dishes it to Nurkic. That's tipped. Paul George with the steal. And Leonard has it in the corner. Morris right side. Passes it to Zubac. To the paint.
His interior scoring is one of the things that drives their offense. Don't expect him to miss many of those.
And a wide open look for McCollum. No good with the triple.
Just 1 for 5 from the field now. I mean, they've come out flat. They need to pick up the energy.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
Encouraging to see Lillard focus on improving his defense, showing solid instincts to come up with that steal.
Beverly against Lillard. Leonard inside. Beverly finds Leonard. Great look, but off the mark.
Now, that's one of the few times they'll get away with leaving him that wide open.
Lillard from outside. A shot missing. The Clippers go the other way with it. 1:56 left in the first quarter. Stolen by McCollum. To the left wing. Pass to Powell. Back to Lillard. The 3. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
So Portland ends up going with the new group.
He gets the playground jumper and can't make good on it. You don't get many chances easier than that.
A nice shot by Simons.
Well, this is the kind of ball movement they want to get from Cantor. Scan the floor, and when you spot the open man, get it to him.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. And Cousins kicks to Kennard. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
One of the more efficient shooters in the NBA. Kennard's range poses a big challenge for opponents.
Both shots good from the stripe. 44 seconds left to play here in the first. Pass to Jones. Anthony right side. The dish to Cantor. Cousins pulls it in. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Cantor. Anthony with the bucket.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Here's Jackson. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Here's Simons. Here's Cantor. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And now that we've gotten a chance to see it in slow-mo.
It's all tied in Portland. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. Before the game, we talked.
I know that when the main guy...
He's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And taking a look at the Trail Blazers' performance here, boys. What do you think they're doing or not doing?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Yeah, it's a gambling style that pays off, keeping things in disarray for that offense.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. We've got Patrick Beverley. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George, and it's Zubats in at the center, locking down the middle. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Cantor. Rondé Hollis-Jefferson comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Powell, he's checked in for Derek Jones. And Damian Lillard subbed in for... Oh, what a beautiful play!
What intensity, did you see that? Great.
And putting his explosive athleticism on full display there. George is capable of some highlight reel dunks.
It's stolen by Morris. And now the Clippers on the break. George has got the ball, and it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Here's Beverley outside for George. Outside Leonard. Back to George. All alone. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. George has got his second bucket.
And boy, he's got terrific feel on that jump shot. That's how George knocks down those catch-and-shoot jumpers in the blink of an eye.
Nurkic the pass to Hollis-Jefferson. Portland moving the ball around. Powell finds Lillard. Misses the wing J. And Morris has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Clippers. And finished off by Leonard.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
Beverley against Lillard. To the inside. Here's Nurkic. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
McCollum outside. Lillard outside. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Hollis-Jefferson. Robert Covington's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Floats it up for Cousins. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
I love the chemistry Cousins has with these guys. I mean, sensational at finishing these alley-oop opportunities.
Here's Simon. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Clippers leading by 4. Rondo with the ball. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Kennard with the ball. Can't recover. Count it. Good.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Trailblazers have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Here's Simons, and the layup falls. Simons has got 4 points this quarter.
And they repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Jones is checked in. 1:27 left to play here in the half. Outside Jackson. Oturu. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Clippers lead by 6.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Anthony down low. Cantor trying to free himself up. No good with the layup.
Man, when the ball's in his hands, that's as high percentage as it gets. It's just a fluke miss.
That one falls. And now an 8-point Los Angeles lead.
A terrific move, but this is how Rondo likes to beat you. Slippery off the dribble.
Here's Simons. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Los Angeles. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Simons has got 8. Clock management. This is where they can get a 2 for 1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
The pass to Cousins. Covington against Kennard. Back to Cousins. Stolen by Cantor. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
A terrific floor awareness. I mean, it's obvious Covington has a great feel for when his teammates are wide open.
Rondo looking around. Kicks it to Batum over Anthony and misses it off the right side of the rim. And here we go with Anthony running it up the court. Basket good. He's got 6.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They were never able to get the lead up. And that should...
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the 3 spot. George with the ball. Now Anthony defending. Beverly against Lillard. Powell with the steal. And again, Portland running the court in transition. A good look from McCollum. And that one hits back iron. And so Beverly will bring it up for Los Angeles. Leonard. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 4 rebounds now tonight for the lead. And Anthony gets it to go on the assist by McCollum. Anthony's got the lead up to 2 now for the Trailblazers. And Los Angeles guys, shooting has been beyond great up until now. How about 57% from the field overall? Now Beverly. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Clock at 6. Anthony against George. Another shot. Leonard, no luck.
Slow to get warm after the break. 0 for 3 now. Maybe they need an early timeout. It's just to try to settle things down.
Moving it around. 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Clippers trail by 4. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Leonard. And it goes for the 5th time in 10 shots for him this game. Greggy, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in is their defensive approach.
Lillard is phenomenal at penetrating to the bucket. The speed, athleticism, difficult to slow down.
And that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. Maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Jones checked in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. A pull-up. Yep, that one goes. Rondo's got the game tied up here for the Clippers.
Well, Rondo's jumper can really unlock other parts of his game. The defense better be careful there.
Simons, the pass to Powell. And he lays it straight in.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Clippers have gone 3 of 6 in the 3rd quarter. 50% from the field. Outside Rondo. Passes it to Cousins. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Cousins has got 6.
Oh, really? Cousins is so big and strong that you really have to whack him to prevent him from scoring. He welcomes contact with open arms and one.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Trailblazers shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. He's perfect from the line this time. The Clippers have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the 2nd half. George dishes to Leonard. 1:03 left here in the 3rd quarter. Now, here's George. 6 to shoot. Yep, it counts. He has 6.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Here's Simons, defended by Beverly. The Trailblazers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And as a team, excellent a season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
Andre Hollis Jefferson, he's checked in for Powell. That one falls, so he hits both of them. 44 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. And here's George. He's got 6. Pass to Beverly. Outside Leonard. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Zubac. Luke Kennard comes in for Marcus Morris. Rajon Rondo's checked in for George. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly.
And the soft-spoken Leonard is now an elite talent in this league, an athletic forward who leads by example.
And the rejection by Cousins. And now the Clippers on the break. Here's Leonard. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Leonard's got 17 now.
He's so aggressive at that end of the floor, and that's a quality all great scorers have.
Here's Simons. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Kawhi Leonard has been on display for Los Angeles. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Yeah, no need for hero ball there. I mean, you just need to make the right basketball play. Outstanding dish that time.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. They've got DeMarcus Cousins. Rajon Rondo is out there with Jackson. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Oturu in at the... Oh, that was a strong dunk!
That's how you go hard. I mean, look, he's evolved as a passer over the course of his career. Get to the right spot, McCollum will find you.
Outside Jackson. Here's Oturu. Covered by Lillard. Here's Cousins. And he banks in the layup. And the Clippers lead by 1.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And Los Angeles with some changes. And so here's Portland. Lillard fires away from way outside. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Beverly wide open. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists in the game. Lillard against Beverly. Hollis Jefferson passes to Powell. Offensive rebound.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. George passes to Leonard. He kicks it to Beverly. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for Portland. A 2-point game. And it's Lillard again missing.
Oof, rough shooting night tonight, but you can't fault him for the effort.
Leonard with the bucket.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Lillard, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. It's deflected.
And Beverly just goes all out on defense, which is what allows him to come up with these rejections.
And the fourth quarter just has not been kind. Only 1 bucket in 5 attempts.
George passes to Leonard. And Lillard is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. A different look now for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. And Anthony subbed in for Rondé Hollis Jefferson. No coverage that time. And the Clippers lead by 5.
And guys, George takes pride in hitting big shots. Just get him the ball and let him do his thing.
It's McCollum on the wing. And Lillard kicks to Powell. Clock at 4. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, the experience helping Kanter there. He doesn't shy away from taking big time.
And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That'll be his second foul of the game. Beverly finds Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And guys, that's the man you want with the ball in his hands on that critical possession. Kawhi being his best in the biggest moments.
Beverly against Kanter. Anthony. Kanter trying to free himself up. Great D that time from Leonard. Zubac the pass to Beverly. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Down low. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Trailblazers trail by 8. Lillard from outside. It's hauled in by Zubats. Now the Clippers with it. They're on a 15-6 run. Just his first attempt. And he can't bank that one in. 56 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Portland again missing.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Awful display for him so far. But you know he's going to keep working to try to turn it around.
And he makes both free throws. 52 seconds left in the fourth quarter. A three from McCollum. Here's Lillard. Launches a three, and he's good on the three ball.
Well, with his ability to accelerate, defenders have to be careful against Lillard. It's either give him the three or risk the blow-by.
Outside, George. Pass to Beverly. Now Zubats. Shot clock at 6. Outside, George. And there's the pass to Leonard. Here's Beverly. Misses in close. Fast break, here they come. Powell, no one around him. No good from outside. Leonard fires away from outside. Misses. And so Los Angeles takes the win. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight. soaring high above the WLF. And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
Short a rotation player, nothing they can't overcome. But it does shrink your margin for error just a bit.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 spot. And for Portland, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 spot. And so it's the Mavericks getting on the board first. Lillard attacking. Tries yet again. A beautiful reverse layup.
Well, compact and strong. Lillard using his frame and still finishes.
Now, here's Doncic. Makes it off the glass. And tonight, a battle between conference rivals. These teams, Brent, know each other very well.
Yeah, very few surprises for either opponent tonight in this game, Kevin. I think they actually send Christmas cards to one another. They know each other that well. Who is going to execute when it matters? That's going to be the difference.
Here's Lillard. After Luka Doncic's bucket, does not find the basket. His second miss. He's now 1 for 3. A pass to Porzingis. Hammers the alley-oop through.
That's a big target in Porzingis, but he delivers.
The Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Lillard from down in the low post. It goes.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Now, here's Doncic. Richardson outside. Here's Porzingis. Great D that time from Nurkic. The Trailblazers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Covington's shot is off.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
Completely lost focus. You can't get 2 steps ahead.
Here's Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
Pass to Powell. Covington kicks to Powell. Lillard left side. The Mavericks pull it in.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Doncic laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Doncic has got 6.
And with good length and athleticism, Doncic not only gets to the rim, but boy, can he finish.
Almost, but it rolls out.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That is his first foul of the game. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Jones checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Then for the Mavericks, Dwight Powell's checked in for Maxi Kleba. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. Here's McCollum. Tim Hardaway making his last shot. McCollum finds Cantor. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
A reliable finisher who can score in a multitude of ways. Cantor is a tough cover down low.
A pass to Porzingis. Here's Simons. Inside, here's Anthony, and they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
That's a time where coaches are telling you wrap up the offensive player. Hard to do with Carmelo Anthony, so strong when going to the rim.
Rondé Hollis-Jefferson, he's checked in for McCollum. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Redick comes in for Richardson. Brunson scanning the floor. 55 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. One-on-one fast break. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Anthony. Trey Burke's checked in for Jalen Brunson. Mavericks leading by 5. And here is Burke. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Here's Simons. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Anthony misses off the left iron. For Dallas, they've gone an incredible 8 of 9 from the field. The Mavericks shooting their first free throws of the game. First one falls for him. Burke hits them both.
Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Here's Simons. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
He's off on the second. Now Burke. With 2 seconds left.
Melo using all of his length to stretch that one out there. Good job contesting that shot.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Mavericks lead by 8. And we'll get the second.
I think it comes from the end.
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
On the court for Dallas here in the second, Burke is out there with J.J. Redick. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein, and it's Powell in at the 4-man position. And the shot is good. The Maverick lead has been cut down to 6, and the bucket from Damian Lillard.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
Here's Burke, and a lot of contact on that one. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That is his first foul of the game. Covington with the steal.
That's a bad turnover right there. But aside from that one, I think they've done a good job controlling the pace and the ball during the game.
The Trailblazers shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. The free throw drops for Powell. Both good from the line that time. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Burke with it. He's got 7. Redick is in the corner. Back to Burke. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. A different look for Dallas. Porzingis is checked in for Cauley-Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Trey Burke. And Josh Richardson subbed in for J.J. Redick. Nobody near Lillard. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Mavericks leading by 3. And Doncic throws it down.
I like seeing Josh Richardson distribute the ball, especially when his teammates are wide open. That makes for an easy pass.
Doncic against Lillard. lets it go with a 3. And it goes for the 5th time in 10 shots for him this game. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Lillard's gone 5 of 10 from the floor. Powell against Doncic. From deep. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
This is his first free throw of the game.
A lot of questions in the early part of C.J. McCollum's career about could he become a valuable scorer in the league, and really what position would he play. But after being the 10th overall pick in 2013, he's answered those questions.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop? He absolutely hammered it down. Here's Lillard, and then Lillard slams it in.
You want evidence of Lillard finishing at the rim? I give you Exhibit A.
And so Doncic will bring it up for Dallas. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
Carmelo Anthony is checked in for the Trailblazers.
And possesses such a refined feel for the game that Doncic knows he has what it takes to be a great player in this league.
A fadeaway. Kicks it out to Covington. Back to McCollum. 9 feet out. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Now, here's Doncic. 11 points in the game. And he drops it in from the low post. Doncic has got 13. 1:35 left to play in the first half. Powell in the high post. McCollum against Porzingis. Nurkic the pass to Covington. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Just 3 to shoot. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Nurkic can't hit. Mavericks leading by 3. Here's Doncic. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%.
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
And it's in there. Kleber's got 4 points this quarter.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
A 3 from McCollum. Up and in. Off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Yeah, this story in the second quarter much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Powell against Doncic. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Maybe a little more fundamental with positioning there to be ready for that offensive rebound. Porzingis, some extra effort on the offensive glass that time.
And a wide open look for McCollum. Again, McCollum missing. And here we go. Richardson heading to the hoop. And it's Doncic. That time on the assist by Richardson. 17 points in the game.
Good recognition from the two guard. Richardson demonstrating remarkable initiative to get that pass over.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks in the driver's seat, up 8. All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2. Luka Doncic has been the story in this one. He ended up with 17 points, 2 assists. Thanks for joining us, folks.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
And, guys, we saw just how tough he can be with the step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
The high-powered backcourt pair. Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the 3 slot. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Doncic looking it over. And another basket to his impressive total. It's his 9th against 12 attempts.
And guys, the intelligence is evident. When the pick comes, Doncic often makes the right read.
Come on. Lillard misses. Dallas leading by 8. Passes it to Kleba. There's the dish to Richardson. Back to Kleba. The pass to Finney-Smith. Richardson outside. Drops in the layup for 2. Richardson's got the lead up to 10 now for the Mavs.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. A different look for Dallas. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Burke in for Luka Doncic. Powell dishes to Lillard. Makes that one fall. It's his 8th bucket in 15 shot attempts. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they're forming now in the NBA.
Oh, we've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed, but it's always existed. And the reality is this: you become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for Robert Covington. Monday Hollis Jefferson comes in for Norman Powell. Derek Jones, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard.
Felt like the whole team knew they were going to get out into transition. Melo takes full advantage.
Here's Brunson. Plays it up and banks it in. Brunson's got his first points of the game.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Simons. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Porzingis. For Portland, they have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
Cantor, he's checked in for Portland. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Dallas. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the 3rd quarter.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
J.J. Redick's checked in for Burke. Pass to Simons. And the rejection by Cauley-Stein.
Cauley-Stein in great position to reject that shot.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
Cantor trying to free himself up. Outside Hardaway. The shot, no good. And the Trailblazers going the other way. To the middle, here's Simons. The Trailblazers with a new shot clock. Anthony finds Jones. Back to Anthony. 5 to shoot. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And the Mavericks making a change here. Finney-Smith's checked in. And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block.
Brunson up top. He kicks to Cauley-Stein. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Mavericks lead by 9.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Here's Simons. Cauley-Stein defending.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Brunson, no good. And it's Anthony with the ball for Portland. Here's Simons. Anthony, and staying with the play, Anthony. Anthony's got 9.
I see Melo slink himself into position there, and good timing on the offensive rebound putback.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Dallas also making some changes. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Cauley Stein. Richardson comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And stolen by Redick. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. And that one's good. Doncic.
And already in his career, Doncic displays a remarkable amount of pro moves, including that floater right there.
Back to Powell. There's the triple. Mavericks with the rebound. Doncic outside. Takes the 3. He can't get it to go. And so it's Dallas, holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. Their defense has been active and effective. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Mavericks leading by 11. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Doncic. And it's Redick in at the 3, the small forward.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
McCollum comes up empty down low. The Mavericks shooting a magnificent 69% in this game. And the shot goes in. Porzingis has got the lead up to 13 now for Dallas.
Porzingis not thinking twice, saw the gap, got in there, and scores.
Three-pointer, Lillard. And Lillard throws it down.
Another reminder that Damian Lillard can be explosive, and we love it.
Doncic kicks to Redick. Back to Doncic. And he uses the glass on the layup. Doncic has got 25 points.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to it?
Yeah, he's feeling it. Keep feeding him until he misses.
There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
Such a big body down there. Nurkic battling.
Mavericks leading by 11. And here is Doncic. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. The putback is no good. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. Lillard with the bucket.
And we could be having one of those nights where he becomes the one-man show for his ball club. You just don't need to tell him to keep scoring. He'll do it.
The feed now to Richardson. And it's Richardson slamming it down.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Lillard from deep three-point land. It's rebounded by Dallas. Porzingis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. And Redick, here we go. He dishes it to Richardson. Out to Porzingis. The shot misses. And it's Portland the other way. Three-pointer, Lillard. Traps in the tray. Lillard's got 7 points here in this quarter.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
Kleber, the pass to Richardson. Here's Doncic. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And they're moving it up. For the 3. And it's Lillard missing.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
Richardson finds Doncic. And here's Porzingis. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Utilizing his length well there on the offensive end. Porzingis drawing that contact.
Trailblazers making a switch here. Cantor's checked in, and Dallas also making a switch. Hardaway's checked in. Trailblazers trail by 10. 1:51 left in the fourth quarter of this one, and the basket by Lillard.
And defensively, you like to try and run Lillard off of that spot because, man, he gets it going out there, he's going to hurt you.
Doncic against Powell. Doncic, no good. For Portland, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. He had a nice open look right there. And now it's just a 4-point Maverick lead.
That's a tip of the cap there, always wanting to take the big shot for his team. Lillard makes more than his fair share.
Doncic against Powell. And Doncic gets it to go. Doncic has got 10 points here in the second half.
Incredible. Doncic decides he wants to take over, and that's his personality. He comes up with the goods on that one.
And he wants the ball at the end of the games. You can see why Lillard's stepping up again to the challenge.
Powell against Doncic. A pass to Porzingis. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Oh, Porzingis loving the moment right here, stepping up huge.
And Lillard kicks to Powell. Lillard finds McCollum for 3. And it's Lillard missing.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
.29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Out to Porzingis. Back to Doncic. Just 4 to shoot. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. And the technical free throw is good.
And they'll take that freebie. That technical foul bumps up the lead.
Doncic against Powell. And he gets the bucket.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Lillard from outside. That one, no good. So we see the Mavericks get the win here. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. And David Aldridge is...
Hey, Kevin.
It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. Short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Compensating for the absence of a key player can be difficult, but they've got to hold strong.
And the Clippers starting five. They've got Morris. Ivica Zubac is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the two-guard spot. And for the Mavericks, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward. And the dunk by Doncic.
Creative at finding ways to just cut inside there. Doncic, a guy you must keep your eyes on.
George finds Leonard. Back to George. And it's Paul George with the finish.
Insane move by Paul George, a high flyer who can create in midair.
Beverly against Doncic. Here's Kleba. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. And the teams we're seeing tonight, Steve, they have very deep rotations.
And Kevin, when you can go maybe 10 deep, it keeps your locker room happy. It also protects your team against injuries sinking a season.
Here's Leonard. The Mavericks making the shot. And that one is good from Zubac.
In the pick and roll, I like confidence. Leonard showing as a facilitator, his game just continues to ascend.
Doncic right side. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And putting his long arms there to good use. Porzingis has a large catch radius on those alley-oops.
George with the ball. The pass to Morris. And it's Leonard with the jam.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Pass to Porzingis. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
This is what we talk about, valuing each possession, avoiding those kinds of mistakes.
The Clippers have gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Pass to Zubac. Back to Beverly. Lays it up off the glass.
And whatever coach told them coming out of the locker room, they're listening. 5 out of 5 already.
And Smitty, you know what Pat Beverly is going to bring every night. A fearless, ferocious, at times almost sociopathic level of intensity. And this guy just does not take a possession off.
You know, he's one of those guys I would have to question even playing with him. He plays so hard. I know I hate playing against him.
Here's Leonard. Following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis. Leonard the pass to George. Shot clock at 5. Porzingis with the block.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Now here's Beverly. Leonard the pass to Zubac.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Trailing by 2. The dish to Powell. Second shot opportunity. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
Now here's Jackson, Zubac, and the rejection by Cauley Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley Stein, a presence defensively.
Here's Brunson. It's Powell on the wing. Floats one. Outside Hardaway. Stolen by Jackson. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Jackson, great anticipation on the steal, then quickly gets them out in transition.
Brunson against Rondo. Brunson kicks to Powell. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Redick bounce pass. Here's Cauley Stein, and the rejection by Zubac. 4 on the shot clock. Tips it. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
Jackson looking around. Passes to Oturu. And that one's drained from the low block.
Attacking the defense with the pass. Don't need to be a hero.
And here's Brunson. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Dallas, Burke is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Hardaway. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein. And it's Powell in at the 4 slot. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Both loose. Leonard with the steal. And is out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. Brunson against Beverly. Right side, Leonard. Kicks it to George. Puts it up from 12. Unloads from 13. Zubac, no good.
High percentage look for him. But bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
And a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Powell.
Oh, the power on that throwdown.
Well, we know Leonard's an elite two-way machine, but there he shows us the artistry.
Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Beverly dishes to George. Wants to get it to Zubac, and does. And the basket is good.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Mavericks trail by 4. Now here's Brunson. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Misses from short range. And so they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
George against Richardson. George with the bucket.
At 6'8", Paul George is a threat inside, looking very comfortable from in there.
Right side, Porzingis. The putback. It's good on the putback.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Now George. Leonard on the wing. Back to George. George double teamed. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Leonard. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
Love the aggressiveness. Kawhi very active, very focused on the job at hand.
Here's Doncic, and he converts the layup.
You just love how reliable he is. Night in and night out, his offense is there.
Here's George. He kicks to Leonard. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Kennard against Richardson. Mavericks trail by 4. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break.
And he's got a good handle, excellent body control. Doncic is a threat to pull up from anywhere.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Kennard, the pass to Batum. Lots of room. It's not going to go for him. And it's Dallas the other way. Guys, a potent offense right now.
You know what, guys? And they're playing with a certain amount of assuredness in their game. That type of confidence is what leads teams to having success.
And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Batum, great positioning on the putback. And the Clippers lead by 4.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Porzingis can't hit.
Well, that alley-oop attempt, a case of what could have been, just didn't finish the play.
This is something you practice over and over again. I'm surprised they couldn't execute.
Batum, good.
At the end of the day, when the ball goes up, there's no substitute for effort.
Doncic with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And so confident. Even amongst the trees, Doncic is fantastic at forcing the issue close to the rim.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Mike Powell comes in for Maxi Kleber. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Josh Richardson. Redick against Rondo. And the pass to Cousins. A three-pointer off the mark. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At the end of the period, they were up. And that does it for our halftime.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
Taking a look at Los Angeles, they've got Paul George. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Zubats in at the 5 down low. Zubats, that falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got 3 assists in the game. Doncic with it. 8 points for him. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
Man, there's so many guys that, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table, but in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Hardaway's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Burke comes in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. And we just got a second look there at the exceptional mobile one block.
And those are plays that get you in front and keep you in front.
Good on the shot.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Brunson against Beverly. A pass to Porzingis. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And what a luxury to run pick and rolls with Porzingis. He can roll to the basket or pop out for that jump shot.
Now coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
Oh, man, just beast mode on the glass there. He was not going to be denied on that play.
Here's Leonard. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got 5 rebounds tonight. Pass to Kleba. Back to Brunson. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. Dwight Powell's checked in for the Mavericks. And then for Los Angeles, Kennard, he's checked in for Zubats. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Redick dishes to Powell. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And here's Jackson. Dishes to Cousins. Over Cauley Stein. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Powell's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Pass to Hardaway. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And the dunk by Powell.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. 1:15 left in the third.
Obviously, Rondo's main priority is to dish the rock. When you're open, he'll get it to you.
The Mavericks trailing. Now, here's Burke. He's still scoreless so far in this one. It's Powell on the wing. Here's Cauley Stein. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim. He's likely to remember that one.
And the officials call a traveling violation.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Porzingis, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Dwight Powell. Richardson, he's checked in for Hardaway. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Burke. Rondo against Doncic. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Rondo kicks to Jackson. Porzingis with the block. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Los Angeles on top, leading by a point. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 slot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Beverly against Doncic. Fast break, Dallas. Here's Porzingis. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Here's Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac. There is just no way to tell who is going to pull this one out.
When you've had this many lead changes, you're looking to see which one of those plays is going to be a momentum swinger.
Doncic finds Porzingis.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
The Clippers trail. George looking over the floor. Pass to Zubac. Now Morris. To the inside. George. And it's George finishing it off.
What an athlete Paul George is, leaping up with such ease on those throwdowns.
Doncic against Beverly. He can't get that one to fall. AT that time from Leonard. And George kicks to Beverly. Back to George. Leonard inside. Guarded by Doncic. Outside for George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Leonard gets it to go.
If you can't get Leonard a look inside, this is the next best thing. Terrific touch from mid-range.
Doncic passes to Kleba, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Doncic.
Boy, if you're the coach, you hate to see that kind of miscommunication between your guys.
Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Kennard, he's checked in for the Clippers. George against Richardson. Outside for George. Now here's Leonard, guarded closely. Zubac the pass to Leonard. Count it, and he's now 8 of 9 from the floor.
Continuing to stoke the fire, his shot making has been absolutely superb.
Brunson finds Richardson. Back to Brunson. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Kennard with the rebound. Clippers leading by 5. Doncic with the steal. And here we go. The Mavericks in a fast break. A pass to Porzingis. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Keep getting it to this man. I mean, once Porzingis catches fire, there is no putting that out.
George passes to Leonard. And an intentional foul right there. Hardaway's checked in for Jalen Brunson. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Reggie Jackson's checked in for Patrick Beverly. Jackson kicks to George. Over Richardson. And there's Paul George on the assist from Jackson.
Big points as the stakes rise, so does George's impact on the game.
Jackson against Doncic. It's good.
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Leonard, the pass to Zubac.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yes, and if you love offense, you're loving this matchup. It's been a highlight reel affair.
And now it's Leonard running. Here we go, all the way. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And you see Kawhi's hustle in transition, always putting himself in position to succeed.
Doncic outside, fires it up. It's rebounded by Leonard. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Especially during this last run, which ultimately put the game away.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
Back to Jackson. Three-pointer. but they recover it. Leonard, that's for two. Kept alive. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Zubats has got the lead up to 9 now for Los Angeles.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Kicks it out to Richardson. Hardaway passes to Doncic. Good, and the assist goes to Hardaway.
Guys, you never know what you'll see when you're watching Luka Doncic. His offensive creativity is through the roof.
And you can see where they're coming from by fouling to stop the clock, but really they're just kidding themselves.
Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 9-point ball game here.
You've got to figure those are the free throws that officially put this game out of reach.
Runs in the pass to Marjanovic. And the miss. So the Clippers with the win. This was a very... Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And in the locker room, each guy has been going over. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. They've got Powell. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then it's Jones. And it's Lillard in at the point guard position. And for the Clippers, they've got Ivica Zubac. Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the two-guard spot. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Indoors tonight, two experienced teams will be battling.
Well, what you come to expect with experienced rosters are excellent defensive rotations, game plan discipline. These guys know how to play the game, so let's see how this plays out.
Covington dishes to Nurkic, and there it is for him.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
George with the bounce pass. Here's Leonard. Banked in off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach, Doris, to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach.
And so Lillard will bring it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. That shot misses. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Morris with the ball. Now guarded by Nurkic. Leonard, no luck. And oh, here we go. Covington's got it. The fast break chance. The offensive rebound. Lillard outside. Nurkic, the pass to Lillard. This one for three. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
This has not been a good period for this guy. Out of sync, not letting the game come to him. He's got to settle down and make shots.
Trailblazers have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Yep, that one goes.
Major props to Lillard there. Terrific focus to get hit on that shot and still deliver.
Now here's Beverly. Left side, Leonard. Pass to Zubac. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Beverly wide open. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
In the corner, Powell with it. No good on the three. LA's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Leonard kicks to George. Morris dishes to Beverly. Back to Morris. Passes to Beverly. Morris outside. Clock at 6. Pass to Zubac. Another shot. The shot will not fall. Great D that time from Nurkic. Zubac the pass to Leonard. And that one drops for him.
What a smooth-looking release from Kawhi Leonard. Doing work in the mid-range. That is his comfort zone.
Lillard looking around.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Now the pass to Covington. The tray. Lillard misses.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
And Leonard gets it to go.
And he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Lillard against Beverly, looking to get back on track here. And Lillard with the lay-in. Lillard's got his second basket of the game.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
The Clippers in the lead. Beverly with the ball. No points in the game yet for him. On the wing, George. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
What pretty vision right there by Patrick Beverley. Wow.
Here's Lillard. Up and in on the layup. Lillard's got 6.
This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
And Beverly kicks to Zubats. And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That's his first foul. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Jones. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Now here's Cousins. Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
And Rondo sends it back.
Oh, you forget sometimes how much of an impact Rondo can have defensively there, showing off some superb vertical as he goes up for the block.
Here's Anthony. He nails it, and we're tied up.
That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
Here's Rondo. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. It's all tied here in Los Angeles. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. Damian Lillard told us before.
Humble beginnings. You know, I'm from.
Now some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a 5-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
Rajon Rondo is out there with Jackson. Then there's Batum. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Kennard in at the small forward position. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
Well, we see a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting nowadays, but you'll take that look right there any night of the week.
Here's McCollum. And that one, good. McCollum's got the lead back up to 3 now for Portland.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Outside Jackson. Back to Rondo. It's deflected. Jackson dishes to Cousins. There's the 3. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Moving it around. 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
The 3 from McCollum. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tools, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Rondo passes to Cousins.
Yeah, Rondo just knows how to wheel and deal, has that exceptional feel for when one of his guys is open.
And the basket by McCollum. McCollum's got 4 this quarter.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Jackson kicks to Rondo. Pass to Cousins. Outside Jackson. Unloads from 13. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Now, here's Lillard. 6 points for him. Count it. Lillard's got 8. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
George looking around. Passes it to Leonard. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Back to Zubats. Nurkic with the block. And he gets it back.
And you know what? You allowed.
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And Portland making a change here. McCollum's checked in. Lillard against Beverly. Lillard misses. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Out to Morris. Three-pointer. Los Angeles with another miss. Portland trailing here. Powell dishes to Lillard. Back to Powell. Lillard outside. Fires the three. No good. Shot missing. The Clippers go the other way with it. Here's George. He feeds it to Leonard. Outside for George. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
Well, Paul George has got a tight handle, right? The zig, the zag, and his way through the porous defense.
Lillard way outside from beyond the arc and then some. Lillard's got it all tied up now for the Trailblazers. Outside, George. Leonard on the wing. Pass to Zubac from 12 feet out. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Zubac has got 6.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And Portland making a change here. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Here's Jackson. The Blazers getting the bucket. Rondo passes to Cousins. The dive for the ball. Taken away by Anthony. Here's McCollum. And it's good off the back rim and in. McCollum's got 6 here in this quarter.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right?
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following him.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. And no doubt that C.J. McCollum's a great player. All but none. But Shaq, he has that. And that'll.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Greg is a broadcaster. Who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence that these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who is my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then there's Derek Jones. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Lillard in at the point.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Leonard kicks to Morris. The pass to Beverly. Out to Morris. Just 5 on the clock. And stolen by Lillard. And oh, here we go. Covington's got it. The fast break chance. Jacks up a 3. And that's good. Damian Lillard for 3. Lillard's got the lead up to 5 now for Portland. Outside Leonard. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Back to Beverly. The 3. And it's rebounded by Covington.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Jones dishes to Powell. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
So both teams changing it up here. And it's Batum with the ball. Bringing it up for Los Angeles. It's a 5-point game. Little, he's checked in for Portland. Taken away by Anthony. And good that time.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here is Rondo. Outside Jackson. Cantor against Cousins. Pass to Oturu. Gets it to go from 8 feet.
Well, you love it. DeMarcus Cousins drawing the defensive attention and still has the court awareness to make the play.
Passes it to Simons. McCollum against Rondo. And the basket by McCollum. McCollum's got 8 points.
And this is what we've come to expect from this guy, right? Not only making a ton of shots, but being efficient while doing so.
Jackson down low.
Boy, a clean, close look. What a missed opportunity.
Inside, Little. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. And now it's a 9-point Trailblazer lead, and the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Well, poor rotations, poor communication. There's a lot to figure out right now.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Clippers trail by 9. Beverly finds Leonard. Down low, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Damian Lillard. The Clippers have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Portland leading by 8. Powell, the pass to Covington. Portland moving the ball around. Lillard outside. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good.
This shot's just, it's not there right now. With this team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Leonard on the wing, defended by Covington. Beverly, that's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists in the game. Lillard outside. 1:03 left to play here in the third. From the arc. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Leonard's got his 4th rebound in this one.
4th foul of the night. Now he needs to be smart. Can't reach in and pick up something foolish.
And Kawhi Leonard, one of the league's most dominant rebounders, Doris, from the wing position.
Board man gets paid. That was his motto from back in high school and college. It's all about hard work and earning your keep, according to Kawhi.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. McCollum's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. And it's Simons missing. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
And it's George finishing it off.
Well, Kawhi Leonard's passing skills have developed over the years, and if you give him that much attention, he'll find his teammates.
Here's Simons, defended by Beverly. Jones drives in. It's stolen by Morris. And here we go. Beverly heading to the hoop. Throws down the breakaway jam.
What a nice little burst from Patrick Beverly to get in transition.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. Good work there as it goes. Now Beverly for the lead. And that one released in time, but no good. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Trailblazers lead by 2. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Rajon Rondo is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Batum. And it's Oturu in at the 4 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. The Clippers trail. Outside Jackson. Steps back and shoots. And Batum kicks to Cousins. Oturu, the pass to Jackson. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Simons. And it's good for 2.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Outside Jackson. Here's Oturu. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
So both teams making some changes here. Now a timeout called by Portland. For the Clippers, DeMarcus Cousins comes in for Marcus Morris. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Cantor checked in for the Trailblazers. Little comes in for Derek Jones. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Terry Stotts just went over his game plan with his team. He said, guys, we don't want to play hero ball. We don't want to take threes that aren't there. There are better options when you run the offense all the way through. Kevin, we'll see if they can make that adjustment.
Wearing the number 0 for a reason. Damian Lillard has it on his back for his city, Oakland. Just the latest star from the town.
And Leonard stays with it.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Lillard way outside. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Lillard's got 9 points now in just the second half. Jackson passes to Leonard. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Here's Zubac. Little with the rebound. Trailblazers leading by 6. Nobody near Lillard. And the Trailblazers another 3.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
And the Clippers call time here. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Well, I think this is a necessary timeout so they can figure out a way to limit the impact this guy's having from three-point range. They've got to dedicate more resources to their perimeter D.
Andrew Beverly, he's checked in for Reggie Jackson. And a switch here also for Portland. McCollum's checked in. And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They trail by 9 points. Outside Leonard. Nurkic against Zubac. Back to Leonard. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
You can see the kind of savvy Kawhi Leonard plays with. This guy makes the defense commit and gets himself to the foul line.
Leonard hits them both.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
Lillard against Beverly. A 3-ball. Trailblazers keep it alive. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. Wants to get it to Powell, and does. From deep three-point range. Shot clock at 3. Here's Lillard. Lillard again missing. Clippers trail by 7. And Leonard has it in the corner. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Cousins has got 3 assists in the game. Lillard against Beverly. Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
And stolen by Lillard. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. Got it. Good job in the low post. And now a 9-point Trailblazer lead.
And no doubt about it, in order for them to be successful, he has got to be a catalyst when it comes to scoring.
Right side, Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, don't let Kawhi's quiet demeanor fool you. This guy has athleticism and explosiveness. How about that in style?
1:14 left in the game. Lillard fires away from way outside. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits.
This has reached desperation time for him.
I'll tell you, you need absolute perfection on every possession. That's what it's going to take here. Absolutely no fear. Kawhi Leonard welcomes these moments. He relishes these moments.
Lillard from outside. Powell the pass to Lillard. Lets the 3 fly. Cantor dishes to Lillard. 5 on the clock. From deep. Rebound by the Clippers.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Powell with the steal. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. From deep. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And it's the Clippers' ball. It's a 5-point game. Leonard coming.
When Kawhi Leonard is healthy, he can dominate both ends of the floor. Nice job to finish it there.
I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
3-pointer, Lillard. A 3-pointer is right on target. Lillard's got 30.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Damian Lillard.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
It's in! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Leonard doesn't give the defense time to react.
And taking a technical there is the last thing you want to do. The opposite of smart basketball.
Well, what a performer this guy is. Game is on the line. He stands up and delivers.
Lillard outside. That three off the mark. Leonard from deep three-point land. Off target. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks.